Wow! Wow!
What you want, boy?
Yeah. Is Rob and Sean here
Yeah.
in a video that we should have done weeks ago.
Yes.
Well, you know, it hasn't been that long since we did a video last.
We've seen a lot.
It feels like a long time because we saw a lot. It was about 2 weeks ago. We did May 9th, so yeah, about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. But there was a lot of movies that were coming. Last ones we did were Thor and Bridesmaids and a bunch of other side things. But we had a lot of big releases because it is like the first month of summer movies.
Yeah, full swing.
So we're just going to go through, try to limit it, but talk about some of the big releases. We'll talk about the one we saw tonight last because that's the most recent one coming out.
And that one's not out yet, folks.
Yeah. So the first one, at least on my, I think we should do is Greatest Movie Ever Sold.
Yes, Morgan Spurlock's new documentary.
Same director as the Super Size Me and...
did the 30 Days TV show.
And Where in the World is Osama Bin Laden documentary.
And as a Comic-Con documentary coming out soon.
Cool. This was about basically product placement. So...
The movie was...
So everything that you see in anything is usually paid for. I don't think that shirt's paid for.
This is a Juno shirt.
Yeah, but it's more about products, not about
this
films.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Your watch is a carrier.
So coming out of this movie, everything you look at for a while is like, wow.
Yeah, the next couple of movies after we saw were just like,
look at that, like this actor is holding a Coke, or this actor is wearing this sort of clothing, or this they're talking.
Like the next movie we saw was
Everything Must Go,
and he was drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon the whole time, and I was like,
and he's like, give me that beef jerky.
Give me that beef.
So they're talking about like the Jack Link's beef jerky, you know. Yeah. But so the movie's basically about product placement, and the whole movie itself doesn't really have a premise other than the movie's getting funded by product placement to show.
And the movie is the making of the movie.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's kind of weird to explain, but it was very good. I actually kind of thought it was better than Super Size Me.
I mean, it doesn't present anything new, kind of like Super Size Me, but it's just, it was really
But it was so expansive.
Yeah.
That, like, Super Size Me was just mostly about McDonald's, whereas this was like all sorts of companies and all. So.
And his little product placements.
So my review for that would be 4 out of 5. I definitely recommend seeing it.
Yes.
If you like documentaries and all.
Good old B+.
B+?
This is my new review system. I do A's and B's and shit.
So what's a B+ compared to like a 4 out of 5?
That's essentially very close.
B+. You're going to confuse people.
I'm not going to confuse people. It's just a different rating system.
The different one. Okay.
Whatever.
Well, that same...
5 out of 5 would be an A. Okay. So essentially every letter.
But there's no A+.
No, it stops at A.
Okay.
No A+. That would be a 5.5 out of 5.
Okay.
I mean, unless I saw something fucking superb.
Superb. Next day we saw Everything Must Go, which is a Will Ferrell dramedy, but more so drama.
I wouldn't even say, like Chuckles, but drama.
The Chuckles the Clown. The advertisements for the previews made it look like kind of more comedy than drama. But it's a story about a guy who's down on his luck, his wife leaves him, he gets fired from his job.
All in the same day.
And he's kicked out of his house all in the same day, so he's just like, hell with it. I'm just going to live with my stuff all on the front lawn.
And he meets Biggie's son.
Biggie Smalls' son is one of the actors in it. And it's really just a very slow, dry drama.
Yes.
I think Will Ferrell's performance in it was really well done.
Yes.
But I think other than it being a good setup and a good premise, nothing happens. It's one of those types of movies.
And the ending just felt not enough. I wanted it to go darker, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Will Ferrell could have done it, like, perfectly.
Yeah, this is probably why it was a Will Ferrell limited release film.
Yeah, I can see.
Not big. You got to go.
Because I mean, even Stranger Than Fiction was still comedy and like fantasy.
Oh yeah, much more mainstream than this.
Yeah.
I gave this one a 3 out of 5, and that's being a little generous. I think because of his performance.
Yeah, B-, most likely because of
these B's and B-. Do
you want me to just revert back?
No.
To stars?
You need to have it. It's just throwing me off.
You throw you off. I'll throw you off a bridge. You fucking dick.
What? What you want, boy?
I'll put you in a starter recliner.
Alright, next we saw Kung Fu Panda. Well, I saw Kung Fu Panda 2, and then you saw it after me. So we saw it separate. But
Kung Fu Panda 2 was awesome.
Awesome. I really liked the first one. And I had watched it recently, so in preparation for this, which I think I said in a prior review. But the 3D, I definitely recommend seeing it in 3D.
It looks very good in 3D.
The voice acting, there's some new people. There's Jean-Claude Van Damme, Gary Oldman. It's your typical kids movie, you know, bad guy, gotta overcome, gotta advance, because the first one was about him getting his abilities.
And then now he has to, like, save Kung Fu.
And now, but he has to, like, he has to come inner peace and, like, master his abilities. So it's basically, like, the Return of the Jedi, sort of, I don't want to completely, like, I want to say, like, Kung Fu Panda, and this is not saying they're in the same league, but Kung Fu Panda was the New Hope.
Would they skip over Empire?
Kung Fu Panda 2 is the Empire.
Alright.
Even though it doesn't have a big clincher ending with
it
has a clincher in ending, but not as big as... But I'm just saying, as in the coming into... And they build it up for the third one.
The setup for the third is very interesting.
That could be, like, the full circle.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed it. Bottom line, I think I gave this one a 4 out of 5.
B+.
What is that equivalent to?
4.5. I don't know. 4.
You don't even know your rating system.
It's a B+. I'm not going to compare it to your rating system. This is my own rating
system. If a B+ is a 4.5 out of 5.
Alright. A B+ would be, I guess, a
4.
4. Right?
Those don't make any sense. You need to think.
Maybe I should just take away the pluses and the minuses and just stick with A, B, and C.
Yeah, that would be... Then you just 4 out of 5s.
Yeah, it's essentially, but it's just a different name for it.
I'll let you have it. That's fine.
B+.
And then you go back to the B+.
Because I got other stuff that's A-, because it's slightly better than the B+. It's in that same range. You read Entertainment Weekly.
I know.
This is how they do it.
But it doesn't fit. Alright.
I like this.
Next we saw Attack the Block.
Favorite
I'll give
movie.
you some of the...
I love this movie. Joe Cornish wrote and directed it.
What else has he written and directed?
Nothing that I know of, really. He is a co-writer of Tintin.
Tintin.
With Edgar Wright.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me excited for that, because this was an extremely well-written film and well-directed film.
Now, to give the audience... like, because a lot of people probably haven't heard of this film, Attack the Block.
It's, I can't really say low budget, because I don't know what the budget was. It seemed like it had it's an indie sci-fi drama horror comedy.
I want to say it was produced by Edgar Wright, but it did have some of the overall feels of a Edgar Wright film in setting wise, kind of like it's a Shaun of the Dead film from a certain character's perspective. The main characters being a bunch of Cockney British thug boys in their preteens.
And there's like an alien primate invasion.
The cool thing I liked about this is, without giving too much away, is that the alien creature in this film, because it is just an alien creature attacking someone and whatever, but it's that it's done in a primate, like, gorilla fashion.
Really?
Which, you know, most aliens are more like insectoid and all that, and in the special effects, it was more about what you didn't see than you did see.
Yeah.
And I just think it was really well done. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of really good performances from such young actors. And no-name actors, which I love to see.
The only name in it is Nick Frost, who has a very small part and is funny.
Nick Frost from, Edgar Wright films, Shaun of the Dead and all. But I think I give this one a 4.5 out of 5.
I give it an A-. Are you going to judge that?
It was a really good film. It's probably... I don't think it comes out for another month. And even if it does, it's going to be limited release.
I don't know when it... I don't have an official date when it comes out in the States, but...
But it's not Attack of the Block. It's just Attack the Block. But see that. Definitely
yes, if it comes to wherever you are, watch it immediately. It's amazing.
Okay. Last big movie, I think. Right? The one we saw tonight.
No. Hangover 2.
Oh! Hangover 2. I forgot. I saw. Hangover 2. He and I disagree on.
You like it more than I do.
I don't think I really need to build this up too much. If you saw Hangover 1, it's Hangover 2 is Hangover 1, but in Singapore. The stakes are a lot higher in the sense of like what weird stuff happens, but it's really just the same movie. We had some friends tell us, and
I like the
shout out to
Tony.
Tony? Not Tony didn't say that. Bob was the first one that told us.
Oh, Home Alone 2. But I was saying Tony didn't like it as much.
SNL Farley.
SNL
Farley.
SNL Farley.
SNL Farley was one of the first people that said this, and really the thought stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Hangover 1 to Hangover 2 is Home Alone
to Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2. It is the exact same story in a different location, but the plot points are the exact same, as in, like, in Home Alone, he gets lost, his parents forget him, then there's the lone sequence, and then he meets somebody that's kind of grisly, or an old woman, or whatever, and then he has the showdown, and then the person comes and saves
Pesci
them.
And Daniel Stern.
Yes. But in the Hangover 2 is the exact same way. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to ruin it, but if you saw 1, it's ruined for 2.
You can predict the jokes.
In that regard, though, where we differ, is I don't think Hangover 2 is any worse of a movie than Hangover 1. I think it only seems worse because we saw Hangover 1.
And I will judge it that way, because there exists the first Hangover
But there are
movie.
people that come out to me and they're like, Hangover 2 wasn't as funny as Hangover 1. The jokes were better in Hangover 1. And I will debate you that the jokes are like the same quality and same caliber. It's just the formula is what is...
They're different kind of jokes, though. It was more like...
Okay, I will give you...
It was more like
sight gags.
Yeah, sight gags.
Sight
When
gags
the first
were in
one
2.
had lines that I was just
There's
laughing.
tons of lines in 2.
Not as many that I laughed at as in the first one.
No, I disagree.
There was too many...
I disagree because I heard you laughing a lot.
Yeah, but compared to the first one, I never really stopped laughing once the whole reveal happened.
Maybe this is... I thought Hangover was good, but I think I laughed just as much.
There was a lot of time where I was just sitting there.
I don't remember these moments. I remember you laughing most of the time.
You were wrong.
Okay. Well, that's why I said we disagree, but...
Yeah.
So I gave The Hangover... I gave it a 3 out of 5. This is The Hangover 2. I gave a 3 out of 5. The first one I said I think it was about a 4 out of 5. And the only reason I'm decreasing it is because I will come out and say Hangover 2 is not as good as Hangover 1 only because I saw Hangover 1. But I will not say that one movie is superior to the other. It's all about the viewer and who watched it when they did. That's my opinion of it.
I'll give it a C.
C?
Yeah.
Is that a 3 out of 5?
I guess so.
Man, you're confusing me on these. I guess
whatever. Just don't compare it to your rating scheme.
Alright, I know these people are tired of hearing about our rating scheme. The final movie, the big movie.
Well, there's 2 more, but there's one that we saw together and one we didn't see together.
What did we not see?
You saw Pirates.
I forgot about Pirates.
You saw Pirates.
I don't even want to waste breath on Pirates.
Just
Pirates
fast.
of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, Johnny Depp.
Let me guess, there's this Jeffrey Rush guy, he's got peg leg and he's walking around.
That's in the trailer. Anyway,
and then
it's basically... Shit! Shut up. There's a story... it's basically a spin-off story from the 3 that we know. A lot of people aren't liking it. I kind of just shrugged to it. I was entertained. It doesn't have a lot of rewatch value probably, but neither did 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And a lot of people complain that there's too much Johnny Depp in it because they're used to that Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley side stuff that's going on. But Penelope Cruz is in it, and I really liked what's his name as Blackbeard.
McShane.
Yeah, he was really good in it, even though they didn't delve enough into the Blackbeard character. So there was a lot of stuff they could have went further into. I think they were too scared, and it was definitely tamer than like the other movies action-wise.
Get my bag.
So my overall view of that would be like 2.5 to 3. I'm like kind of, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a great movie. All right. Now I've been talking too long, so you set up the final movie that we saw. Right. When does it come out?
This one comes out this coming Friday, June 3rd.
Okay.
I believe it's Friday. And this would be X-Men First Class, directed by Mr. Matthew Vaughn, who did such great films as Kick-Ass and Stardust.
Stardust is a great film.
It is. And this is a prequel to the X-Men movies.
It starts in 1944. It actually starts with and this isn't ruining much, but it starts
with the scene that's in the first movie, which is
Magneto in the
concentration camp. But also goes, something we haven't seen, is Xavier as a kid.
Yes.
And meeting Magneto.
And then it jumps to 1963, I believe. Yeah. And it's more about like the Cold War. More so the missile crisis and all that. And basically it's a time period piece, not so much, but more of we know this definitely is a prequel, I would say. I wouldn't say it is a prelude to these characters that we know in the first Bryan Singer X-Men
who also
film.
He did some work on the movie. He wrote the original draft, and
so it's it's the story of Xavier and Eric or Magneto and how they meet and how they form the very first group of X-Men. If you are a severe X-Men fanatic and you really like the X-Men, there are things that will bug you. Because I'm not a huge fan, but I do know
there was this one
storylines and story plot. I'm not going to ruin anything.
There's a big moment.
There's a big moment near the end where it is not how it happened in the comics. And I know some people are lenient on stuff like that, but this is such a big moment.
I agree with you, but I'm just whatever with it.
But that did not ruin the overall tone of the movie. I'll tell you right off.
It is the best X-Men movie ever.
Of all of them, yes. It is the best X-Men movie, and that is considering the Wolverine film and all. I think there are some of the relationship between Eric and Xavier could have been...
It could have been fleshed out more. There should have been more time with just those two together, because I thought their scenes together overall were always usually really good.
But I don't know if we're ruining anything here by saying who the villain is.
No, I think people should.
By now you should know. Sebastian Shaw, the leader of the Hellfire Gang, is the villain. But the person who plays him is Kevin Bacon. And I don't know if you guys... Like, I did not know that Kevin Bacon was the villain in this. Like, all of the advertisements saw, he looks like maybe he's a senator or something.
He's in, like, one scene. He's just standing there next to Emma.
Yeah, I thought Kevin Bacon was maybe, like, a cameo in it. He is the villain. Yes. And Kevin Bacon as a bad guy
is awesome.
With superpowers.
He's great as a bad guy.
It's just awesome. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun watching this movie. It's not like... There are cheesy parts. There are montages of people getting better at their powers, and they're edited poorly. But it's a popcorn film.
I was really entertained by it.
It's for a summer movie. It's not a bad way to start off. Like,
I thought James McAvoy was a decent Xavier, and I really liked
the guy who played
Magneto. Yeah, I know his name, and I can't think of it. Michael Fassbender was Magneto, and I thought he was great.
Yes,
I really liked his Magneto.
So, what was your minus 4 out of 5?
B-ish.
B-ish.
B to B plus, maybe, after time. But yeah, it was the best X-Men movie. Pretty good cameo.
Yeah.
Nothing after the credits.
No, nothing after the credits. So
don't have to wait.
So upcoming next week we have
Super 8. Yeah.
Super 8 is next week.
Super 8's next week.
That's June 10th.
We probably won't do another one until we've seen Super 8 and Green Lantern.
Yeah, we're going away. We're doing a lot of camping and going to Florida and stuff. We might have a vlog up of us.
Yeah, we should probably do something
on our road trip to Florida. While we're in Florida, we're going to see the midnight showing of Green Lantern, which is on the 17th of June.
Yes, we should probably do something while we're camping too.
Well, yeah, we'll do a vlog. Well, I'm bringing the camera and all, so we'll definitely have some stuff up if you like just seeing us in our personal lives. If you're creepy like that, not watching movies or being boring, But yeah, that's what we got going up. So those two movies we'll definitely review. Super 8 and Green Lantern. And we still want to see Terrence Malick's
Tree of Life.
Which we might have to go to a indie theater to see.
Yes. Let me just do a quick rundown. Thank you. Okay. Just movies I watched on DVD because they just came out. I watched I Am Number 4 and The Mechanic. We also rewatched Legend.
We did rewatch Legend.
Legend is a good movie. I Number 4 and The Mechanic, I both gave the same rating as C-. It's just whatever with these movies. The Mechanic is just another Jason Statham action movie. The C- is very generous. I think it's just because I like Ben Foster and I can kind of watch him do anything.
Anything.
Yes, he could be in gay porn and I would watch it.
That's kind of creepy.
It is, but I like Ben Foster. Not in a sexual way.
You just admitted to it.
No, I said if he was in a gay porn, I didn't say I would enjoy the gay porn. Let me retract that statement. Yeah.
Anyway.
Any normal movie. And I Am Number 4 is, the first half of it is a really stupid high school drama shit movie. And it turns into trying to be a really cool sci-fi movie, but fails on all parts because the effects look like crap. And it's got some stupid kid in it who can't act, and Timothy Oliphant with a ponytail, and what you want, boy?
This is a Gollum.
It's not a Gollum, that's a...
Just a Geodude.
Yeah, it's not Gollum.
Gollum.
It was a Gollum.
So I'll give you the honors.
Huzzah!
You with this, always this. What is that?
It's the flame backdraft.
You're flaming, yeah, I got it. That's what you said this time. Flaming.
Flaming.
Yeah.
Flame on.
Flame on. Alright. See you guys in a couple weeks.